Hey, what's going on? So this one is for me and for you. Um, I saw a video not too long ago, and it was about red flags versus weaknesses. And it just recently popped up again, and I was like, man, I forgot I needed to speak on that and just kind of give Mr. J. Howard's take. So here's the deal. People get the two confused all the time. A red flag is a warning sign that a person shows some type of character trait or a way or a habit or something that they have adopted. But you got to be careful, because when red flags, these signs, these warnings, people are showing you these things, typically in this sense, they've adopted that thing. Like, they're in it, right? It's going to be really hard for you to try to change that. I would even say that it's something that you probably shouldn't try and change, maybe address and kind of see what their feedback is. But if they tell you that's them, that's them. A weakness is something that a person just is, they're just not good at it, right? They struggle with it. They run into it often. But this is how you'll know that that weakness is just a weakness. And as with most things that are weak, when a plant is weak, you fertilize it, you give it water, you give it nutrition. When your muscles are weak, you break them down sometimes a little bit more, and then you take on protein and you do things that build that muscle up and make it stronger. So oftentimes things that are weak can be made stronger. So if you're dealing with somebody with a bad attitude, listen. But in the midst of them giving that tantrum or attitude, or they sense, not saying all people with attitudes sound foolish, but hey, there's this old saying, if you give a foolish man a microphone. But anyway, so in the midst of their tantrum, they may catch themselves and go, I'm sorry. And that's big. I'm gonna drop a couple emojis in here for the I'm sorry's. All right, anyway. It's a weakness. Like, you'll notice they'll come, maybe not in the midst of the argument, but afterwards they'll come and say, hey, I'm working on that. They're identifying for you. They're telling you, listen, this is a weakness. This is not a strength of mine, but if you just be patient with me. Look, I'm noticing that I'm not strong in this area. If you just wait for me, if you just work with me, then that weakness can turn into a strength. Things can turn around. Listen, if it's a red flag, it's something that they've adopted, it's something that you need to take note of, that is what this person offers, they probably not gonna say sorry. They might even struggle with the word I'm sorry. Words. They can't even get it out. Woo! Listen, y'all, I have a little experience here. And what you don't want to do is kill yourself. Sorry, I didn't mean to say kill. Hurt yourself by fighting that flag is there because it's telling you what's ahead, right? That's not going nowhere. Counseling can probably help, but when that person has adopted a mindset of I'm right no matter what, and if you say, hey, you were wrong when you said that's a cup, and you show them a cup and they still tell you it's a plate, listen, my friend, gonna let that go. All right, this is advice from advice to advice. Go ahead and let that go. That person has some more developing that they need to do, and they're probably years away from being ready for what you're trying to offer. Sorry to tell you. The realization and letting that sink in is tough. The beauty is that red flag, that warning that you got, they had already told you, so you had a heads up. But if it was a weakness, don't run from that. Be mindful that weakness can be made to a strength. So if communication is a weakness for them, work with them. And next thing you know, it may come out of nowhere. That weak communicator may be a strong communicator. Let me tell you what it feels like to be in a relationship with a strong communicator. When they can look at you, and because y'all communicate so well, if I make my face like this, they already know it's time to go. Bay ain't in a good mood. I don't know what has happened here, but Bay need me to turn into his support mode right now. And he can articulate, he'll explain what's wrong with him, and we will collaborate on solutions together. Listen, God said Proverbs 31 woman. All right. So listen, don't run away from people in their weakness, especially if they're telling you that they're willing to work on it. I didn't mean to get like preachy and stuff like that. It just something just like boiled inside of me when when hearing people talk about red flags versus weaknesses, and understanding that weaknesses can be made to strength. So I hope this helped. This might be for you. It might be for me, a past time, a current time, a time once before. I hope it helps. Jay.